Hi, I am Julie with the Work Skills Foundation. I'm the Development Director. My co-host, Stacey Anderson.
Thank you, Julie. I'm Stacey Anderson, and I am a proud board member of the Work Skills Foundation. And we're excited for this episode of Better Together with our friends from Legacy Sports Center and our friend Dessie from the Skills herself. So why don't we start with maybe some introductions? Dessie, do you want to introduce yourself?
So hi, I am Dessie Johnson. I am the Vocational Assessment Coordinator at Work Skills Corporation. A little history about me. I started in disability rights. I was an advocate for what used to be Michigan Protection and Advocacy Service in my early days. That's disability rights. I have a passion for helping people, and along with optimizing people's potential, which is our Work Skills mission, I have a passion for filling in some of the labor market gaps in our communities.
What about you, Jake?
Hi, I am Jake Moyer from the Legacy Center. I am currently the Assistant Facility Director at Legacy. A little bit about me. I went to college at Concordia University. I played baseball there. I got my degree in sports and hospitality. I've been
Sports
working
and hospitality. Oh, look at
I'm
us.
a hospitality major myself.
I started working at the Legacy Center, I don't know, the past 4 or 5 years, helping out during the summers with the baseball tournaments. And then eventually one thing led to another, and an opportunity came up for me to kind of start working full-time there. And I've been working the past 4 or 5 months full-time now and really enjoying it, learning a lot.
How about you, Nathan?
So I'm Nathan Skulley. Right now I am the Director of Operations. So I kind of run the ins and outs of the inside of the Legacy Center. I handle all the setup and tear down of all the events and whatnot. We have so many. So I played junior hockey and a little bit of semi-professional hockey over in Canada for a little bit. And then I played there for 4 years, and my fiance was working at the Legacy Center as a facility manager. And when I came home, she decided to throw me into the mix, and it one thing led to another, like Jake, and I've been there for 4 years, and now I'm the director. So yeah, it's great.
I have a question.
Yep.
So for our listeners or viewers who are not familiar with the Legacy Center, will one of you just tell us, like, briefly, what is it?
Yeah, so we are a giant sports facility is what I tell everyone, and like, because all my family's like, what do you guys do there? So we're a giant sports facility. We got basketball, volleyball, baseball, football. I mean, you name it.
Pickleball
Pickleball is a big one. Yeah,
largest
pickleball.
growing sport in America right now.
Pickleball has blown up. But the one thing we don't have, ironically, is hockey. That's about it. Other than that, we got it, and we do it. And we got giant programs now. There's a lot of people that are sports directors that run the programming and whatnot, and it's blown up. Yep.
Thank you.
For those who don't know, too, we have a health and wellness center that we're supposed to be breaking ground on by the end of this year or the start of next year.
Wait, is this another building?
This is another building.
Seriously?
Correct.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh, you guys have your own zip code now,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Hot takes.
So yeah, it's pretty exciting. I know we were just talking, but I remember Legacy Center back when I was in high school was just the one weight room they had in the dome.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's grown exponentially ever since then. So it's a real pleasure working there, and it's a great opportunity for both of us.
There's a cool story. The owner, Rodney Goebel, him and his brother, he lives right down the road, and it used to be just a big farm field. And there's a good story that the hill that leads up to Winans Lake Road, they were sitting on it one day, and he just decided that he sold his physical therapy business, and he had the funds to start it up, and it was like the dream. It was like out of iRobot. He was sitting there, they were both sitting there and looking at it, and they decided they wanted to give it a go, and now it is what it is. So
The rest is history.
I didn't know that. Or if
Yep.
I did, I've forgotten because that was quite a while ago. But
Yep.
isn't the address actually
Goebel Drive.
Lane?
Mhm.
Goebel
Yep.
Drive. Okay.
Yep.
Yep.
We call him the monopoly of Brighton.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Hopefully he doesn't listen to this, but
Oh, no, he will. We'll
Yeah.
make sure.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
the reason that we wanted you to come today, and thank you for joining us,
Yep.
Of course,
because
thanks for having us.
we're super thankful that you help support our participants
Oh, yeah.
and get them some on-the-job experience. So Maybe Dessie, why don't you talk a little bit about that piece, and then if you guys can maybe share some success stories and what our
I
folks
got a bunch
do.
of them.
Oh, perfect. All right, we can all
Yeah.
leave now.
I have worked with the Legacy Sports Complex since I started myself at Work Skills 2 years ago. We do on-the-job evaluations and trial work experiences with the Legacy Center, which entail an individual working 24 to 40 hours, split up into maybe 4 or 5 hour shifts at different employers' locations to obtain job skills. Those individuals aren't alone. They are with a job mentor. So it's an opportunity to see if a person can work competitively, or to just see what type of support a person will need in the work environment. So I am very thankful when I was making those cold calls, for me at least, to the Legacy Center, to Kevin, for you guys' ongoing support.
Yeah.
And I think, too, Dessie, that dovetails so well with our last podcast that we did with Todd. And he was in, what department? What's the official title of his department?
Employment services.
Employment
right?
services. Yeah. He was telling us, so kind of the internal way that this works is, Work Skills is all about removing barriers for people to have employment, whatever that means. And, it's sort of like a system that you can grow, similar to you guys that you rose up through the ranks.
Yep.
You can grow and there's job growth and opportunity growth. And Dessie, you're the one who is able to then decide what level of support is needed for these individuals to be successful. Is that correct?
Yes. I decide what level of support they would need, what type of accommodations would be beneficial. I also make recommendations as to future vocational services. So if a person needed a vocational evaluation, which is a series of interest inventories and vocational assessments to determine where they want to go career-wise, right. I help them make those choices as well. So it is kind of a circle of services as far as wraparound is a better word. It's a wraparound of vocational services, but it is very fulfilling work.
Okay, so I would like to get to some stories, but I think it would be important for our audience to know how our participants get to be at Work Skills. Like, how do they come to you? Where do they come from?
Well, they come from a variety of places. They could be private pay. I want to say that. But a lot of times I get referrals from Michigan Rehab Services or Michigan Rehabilitation Services. So their counselor will decide that we need to decide how they're going to work, or if they can work. So they will send me over a referral for a trial work experience. So a trial work experience is to determine if a person can work competitively. And then they will also send me over for an on-the-job evaluation, which is the same thing, but to just determine what supports a person will need, not to determine if they could work at all. I just wanted to specify that.
Great.
Yeah. So thinking about your both of your experiences with participants or employees from Work Skills, I'd love to hear, just tell us some of your experience.
And what do they do? Like, what do they do there? That's the part that I'm interested in.
So I love it. Everyone at Legacy loves it. It really brightens up your day when they're in the lobby and they're waiting to work, and it's just a different it's a different mentality. They're ready to go at all times, and it's pretty much tell me what I got to do and I'm gonna go do it. We've had all different skill sets. We've had a couple really funny ones that we would like to stick around. Honestly, they're good personalities. They're good hard workers. So yeah, it really brightens your day. I can give them odd jobs based on their skill set. I'll kind of determine what to give them, what to have them do. But yeah, they come to me in the morning and they say, what can we do? And give them one or two things and they're off and they're good for the day. And the lady that usually walks them around will kind of make sure they're staying on task. But for the most part, they do. I'll walk by and say, you guys need anything or whatever. And they're usually like, nope, I'm still working, and they're off to it. And it's really great. It really is.
I love that they're part of your team. We were just talking about how critical the team is at Legacy. Can you talk, Dessie, you had mentioned different accommodations sometimes need to be made to ensure that these participants or employees are successful. Can you guys think of any kind of accommodations that you've had to make on your side, and how easy or how hard or how you navigate that?
I know for me, so I haven't worked as closely with some of the workers as Skulley here, as or Nathan, sorry. But I know for me, like having to give up a golf cart or giving them some of my tools or something that maybe we might be using during the day or whatever.
Do they drive golf carts?
Yes.
Some of them.
So,
See, this is what people need to know, because
Yep.
everybody has an image of work skills participants, and
Yep.
a lot of people have an incorrect image.
Yep.
Yes, because we serve a variety of individuals with a variety of gifts and talents and limitations.
Yeah. I don't know the limitations you guys give them. We kind of just, I kind of base it off what I can read from them. But yeah, we just had one of the participants that was I think it was at the beginning of June. And I mean, he drove up in his own car. Mm-hmm. He, anything we gave him, he was on it. He was sincerely one of the team. He was doing anything that we would give to anybody. He was really on top. He was on top of everything. He drove a golf cart around. He was pulling weeds. He was raking the mulch back. I mean, he was doing everything that we would have any of our employees do.
Yeah.
So
I think he did it better than half of our employees that we
yeah,
have.
right?
and sincerely, because like I said, it's a different mentality.
Yeah.
They're ready to go. They know they're there to work, and there's no messing around. There's no laziness. They're ready to go, and it's awesome.
Well, and I think it's really important that you say that, because we say it all the time, right?
Yeah.
They get to go to work.
Right.
We sometimes think, oh, I have to work today or whatever, but they get to go to work because they have somewhere to go. They have a sense of community, and they're like, it makes them happy. And you're right, because it has that same effect on the other employees.
Yeah, it really shows. I mean, we have guys that'll come in with a smile, and we have guys that'll come in pouting, and they're always smiling.
Yeah.
No matter what, they're always having a good time. And you could give them, hey, go pull all the weeds in the trees around the whole Legacy Center, and they're like, nice, yeah, we got it, right? And they're bright, they're ready to go. It is moving. It really is. It can change the way you look at life yourself. It's
Our
awesome.
perspective change
Yep.
for sure.
Yep.
I mean, like he said, you come into work and like a day like today, it might be raining or
It might be raining
90
today.
degrees or whatever.
They're saying, give me a
so-
poncho, I'm ready to go.
Yeah, and it's like that. You're
love
like,
that.
and it really motivates you and fires you up. You're like, man, am I doing the best I can out here? And it makes you kind of second guess yourself. And it's like he said, it's truly an inspiration to all of us, and it's amazing to be able to work with everyone. So
Yeah, I think people don't realize how dependable, how consistent the disabled population is.
Yeah.
And honestly, I feel like as we grow older, we should kind of realize that we're all going to have some type of limitation or disability. But that doesn't stop us from being a vital part of work and the work environment and even the
community.
labor market.
Yeah.
So I think that is kind of what pulls me and us at Work Skills. Because there are when I do vocational assessments like the interest and aptitude, there are individuals that come out like stellar, and I'm encouraging those individuals to think of STEM careers and the different things that we have like shortages in, like it could definitely be filled by these individuals.
Yeah. Kind of to bounce off that exact conversation is we had a young man come in and work, and he worked for us for quite a while. It's a funny story because we still tell it consistently. I was walking by the bleachers, and he was mopping the bleachers and kind of getting them ready. We had a big event coming up, and I heard his phone ringing, and his mentor was like, "Hey, your phone's ringing." And he's like, "Don't worry about it. I'm working." And I was like,
Wow.
I was like, wait a minute. He's so then he looks at it, and it's his mom calling. So he looks down and he goes, "What, Mom? I'm at work."
Love it.
I can't talk right now.
Love
saw that.
And I'm not kidding you, hung up. I was like, if I did that to my mom,
Oh yeah, she'd drive right up there and
it's game on. But he was immediately like, hey, I'm at work. What do you need?
Yeah.
And he hung up and he was back to work. It's
Love it.
hilarious. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. And, I think to both of your points, there's a certain perception of what you get from the participant levels. And so to hear, Dessie, especially for what you were saying, the consistency, the quality, and the level of employee that these companies can have working for them, while you are also fulfilling the lives of people who were probably told no, or there were certain thoughts of how their future was going to look. I just see this as such a win-win for everybody. And so on behalf of Work Skills, thank you so much for being open.
No,
to
thank
doing
you
this.
guys. I mean,
Recently, I sent someone to you guys that really like to work with floor machines.
oh
Well,
yeah.
like a Zamboni,
Oh, yeah.
like the big
Yep.
floor
We
machine.
call it a scrubber. Yep. I mean, we were skeptical at first. Because it's challenging for any human that doesn't know how to do it. It's challenging, right? There's a lot of buttons. There's a lot of
So the first time I got trained on it, I'm pretty sure one of the cords there's like a hose that has water running through it, and it
messed it
fell
up.
off and it went everywhere, all over the gym
Yep,
floor.
yep.
And so
Clean up on aisle 4.
yeah,
But
pretty
I mean,
much.
a simple demonstration, and he was off, and we had to pull him off of it. Like he took it up the stairs. He put it in the elevator, took it up the stairs, was buzzing it around the whole upstairs, and then he came down. He's like, "Well, can I do the courts?" And we're like, "They don't need to be done, but if you want to do them, go ahead." And so we have two scrubbers. We have one that you can ride on, and one you can walk behind. The ride along we just got. It's brand new. It was expensive, and we're like, go ahead, dude. And now he's buzzing around like a Zamboni, up and down, up and down, up and down. Yeah, it's awesome.
It
Yeah,
is
it's
cool.
sweet.
Yeah.
He actually got a job doing that too. So
Did he really?
With the school district.
Oh, that's awesome. That's
So
amazing.
see that makes your day.
Yeah.
The training he needed for
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
amazing.
Oh,
Yep.
that's awesome.
Oh, I'm so glad you told us that story.
Can we go there and take pictures and video of our people once we have permission? Maybe
I feel like we could. Honestly, he may still have a job mentor at the position he's at. And she may have already taken pictures.
I would hope so.
If it's Eileen, she probably took pictures.
she's a
She
hood.
probably took pictures.
Can I ask? I'm sorry. I feel like I'm just like barraging you
Oh,
guys
no,
with
no, you're fine.
questions. But if you were to talk to other companies or businesses in your position who might not know about work skills, or what it can bring to your company from an employment and labor standpoint, what would you want to share with them?
Honestly, the only reason that someone wouldn't do it is laziness, because they just don't want to go through the trouble of having them there and stuff.
Not to
Is
point
it trouble?
fingers.
No. Like setting it up with mentors and stuff and whatnot. Like that would be the only reason, because it makes no sense not to. You're giving them a reason to come every day to work. You can tell it brightens their day. They're effortless when they're there. You just give them a couple tasks, and it could be tasks that you can't get to that day, or you don't have enough guys to do it that day, and they're doing it, and they're never asking when's lunch. They're never asking what can I do. They're self-sufficient, and it's really would make no sense not to. Odd jobs around, like if it's a shop, have them sweep up all the stuff, because it's probably gross in there. If the bathroom needs toilet paper, have them do that. And it's just like little stuff that that they can do, and that it'll help you in the long run, or if not, immediately. And it's one of those things where it would just be pure laziness and just.
So you're saying that the work that they do with you all is meaningful and helpful to your
Absolutely.
day-to-day?
Exactly. Not only to us too, and I think it gives them a certain sense, or it gives them the ability to learn certain life skills and other job skills and job training and stuff that can help them down the road and in the future with their actual careers or whatever it may be, whatever they want to do. And I think as a company, you shouldn't just be looking to help. We got some extra workers to help come in. There should be some sort of
Motive.
and
It has to be in line with like your mission and your vision,
Yeah.
like for your company.
yeah, exactly, and help them with their vocation.
And their self-esteem and their sense of
Exactly.
pride. We've
Right.
done
Yeah.
enough of these with participants, and we've all talked to our participants, and they're so happy. And like you said, Stacey, so many of them have been told for most, if not all of their lives, oh, you will never this. Oh, you can't what. But you know what? You can. Like, they
Yeah.
totally can.
Exactly.
Most definitely. When I work with an individual, I'm looking for their strengths. I'm not really looking for their weaknesses. So when I find that strength, we just kind of try to hone in on that strength. And those strengths can be a variety of things in a variety of levels.
Right.
You know, depending on the person. So when I set up a trial work experience on the job evaluation, like right now with you guys, it's just an email. It's an email to Kevin or Colin to say, hey, I got another individual. Will you take him? I don't think you guys have ever said no to me.
Absolutely not, and we won't.
I
And we
don't think you guys
absolutely will
have
not.
ever said no to me. And then I make the schedule.
Yep.
I tell you guys when they're going to come. I kind of give you an idea of what they could do or what, like with the floor machine guy.
Yeah.
I was like, I will tell them that that's what you want to do.
Yep.
And then we set it up. I might have to set up their bus if they're taking a bus, but like you said, some of our individuals drive.
Yep.
So they're driving to work, they're doing it. As far as we pay with the funding, we pay for their wages, and we pay for the job mentor, and that's through the MRS funding.
Okay.
But they get paid. Any job that we send someone to, they're going to get paid.
See, I
So,
did not know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that that's such an important fact too.
Yeah, it
you
is.
know, as corporations are thinking about this, Jake, to your point, as you look at your strategy and you're trying to plug those holes, this is free labor, essentially, free, really great, consistent, high quality labor.
Yep.
Through gifts from the state and the foundation and whatnot. So when donors are giving to the foundation, not to bring it back to that, but when donors are giving, they're giving to allow these individuals to be paid for their work.
Yeah.
And I think that's
In a
important
sense, too, I
also.
think it allows the company to kind of give back to the community, too, and sort of a
Philanthropic.
philanthropic. Thank you very much. So
In a giving way.
yeah, in a giving way, it allows. Yeah, and so I just think it would be stupid for any company or business that's looking for this or looking into it not to do it.
Yeah, there's no
So-
liability. All
Yeah.
that liability is really taken on. That individual becomes a work skill employee while they're doing their evaluation.
Yep.
So I think that's important
I
for
think-
employees to know as well.
If anybody is looking at this and trying to figure out if they think, I beg them not to look at it as free labor. It's not.
Sorry.
No. That's not what I meant. No.
Way to call out the host.
No, that's not what I meant. But I feel like
you're right.
A lot of jobs or whatever will say, oh, we got a couple guys doing the dirty work and we don't have to pay them. And that's just not how we run the Legacy Center. We will give them jobs that we'd give any of our employees. Honestly, until you just told me that, I thought we were paying them or we were paying your guys' work skills or something, because to not be paying them would be insane because they're doing exactly what everyone else is doing.
Right.
They're doing it like Jake said earlier. They're doing it to the best of their ability, and sometimes it's better than what we have right now on staff, and that would be horrible not to be paying them. So thank you for telling me that you guys pay them, because that's awesome. And I really think it is great. It's great what you guys are doing, and I think
we're happy to be a part of it. It's awesome.
Yeah.
We're happy too. And I have one more quick question before we go into hour 4. Dessie, I know that we've all kind of talked about the job mentors, and it seems to me that quite often there are openings at Work Skills. So can you talk a little bit just about the job mentoring program?
Yeah, job mentors, I will say they oversee the work. So the individual, I'll use an example. So the individual is coming into the Legacy Center. For a while, we had task lists that we used specifically for custodial people there. But when they're coming in, you don't want them alone. So they're coming in with a job mentor. That job mentor is like a liaison, I'd say, between the employer and that individual. So that job mentor is there to listen to the instruction, And then to give gentle reminders, verbal prompts, whatever support that person may need. We have people that get in there and they don't want to take a break. You know,
We've seen it.
Yeah. So the job mentor will have to be like the job mentor will have to prompt the break or prompt those things. Or if he misses something or she, because it's been either or. If they miss something, the job mentor would do that. So the job mentor virtually works from a checklist of things. Like they look at the individual's attendance, their arrival time, their communication, how they take feedback, a variety of things that are essential to working competitively. So they are there to just pretty much observe. Like for the individual that drove up in the car, she pretty much sat in a chair.
She sat in her car on the AC.
Yeah,
Nice.
like she
Poor
came
guy
out
is
to check,
sweating. Yeah.
but she's like, he doesn't really want.
Exactly.
And I'm gonna just give it to him because he's doing everything.
Yeah.
It
So.
probably didn't help he was on a cart driving around the whole facility. So
Right.
she didn't want to
Well,
follow
so
him
this
around.
I'm really glad that you made those points because I have met quite a few of our job mentors, and you talk about people who like their jobs. Those people really like what they do, and it's part-time, right?
Yes.
And they are, like you, schedule as needed.
Yep,
How
it's
does
a
that work?
schedule as needed. So as we get referrals, we start setting up the different sites, and then they virtually all get an email saying, "Hey, we have this available," and they're able to pick. And then if there's coverage needed, they're able to pick up hours for coverage. We have a school program in Walled Lake that uses job mentors. We have skill building that uses job mentors. So we have a lot of different avenues where a job mentor would be needed and necessary. So this is a plug.
All right, but wait, what is
Yeah.
skill building for in case someone isn't familiar with that part of the skills?
Okay, so skill building is a way of building skills in different areas that will be beneficial to life. So they could be pulled in, and it could be a makeshift store where they are virtually buying things and using their money and counting back their change. You know, things that all of us, we all needed at one point in time. Sure. Or sometimes they're watching a movie and just having a discussion afterwards about like the themes of the movie, what they see
Character
happening,
development
how
and
they
whatnot,
processed it, that type of thing. And they're doing it as a group, so it's a way of socialization. I'd hate to say this, but a lot of times individuals with disabilities are kind of isolated depending on the severity of the disability. And we have this one individual, he's in a chair, he's a quadriplegic, and I swear we just want him to do the best and the greatest things.
Yeah.
We're trying to figure out how to accommodate him and things, and he is also participating in skill building. So if that wasn't available to him then if he's not socializing any other way, I don't think that people realize how much work is socialization for everyone. Like how work gives meaning to everyone.
Yep.
Like a lot of my friendships that I've gotten from either school at MSU or work.
At
you know?
MSU, no
Which is-
plug.
or at work, So socialization is important. Being able to get out, meet people, meet different people, communicate with different people is very important. So, I mean, skill building is a variety of things. They even play games, but all of that is building a skill.
Yeah, I think a lot of it's opportunity too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they have the opportunity to do it, they're gonna ace it. I mean, we've consistently had just the best workers, and they continue to ace it every time.
Yeah.
We have not had one let us down yet. So
Yeah,
like
we're
you-
building their confidence.
Yeah, I'm gonna say building
Yeah.
off like the confidence, and then like you said, like the sense of community and the relationship that we're starting to build with them. I mean, some of them talk to us like we've known them forever.
Right.
So
Oh, yeah.
They're your
it's
friends.
awesome. Yeah, exactly. It's awesome.
You guys had mentioned, so I love that you brought that up, Dessie. You guys had mentioned that the culture in your organization or at Legacy is so much like a team, and team is so important. Do you feel like these, and forgive me if we've already hit on this, but do you feel like these individuals are part of your team?
Absolutely. Yeah. So we have
Building works.
we have a lot of different stuff, from sports directors to our operations team to janitorial to our maintenance crew to, I mean, we have it all, and they will fit in at every single one of those categories, and they do every time. It truly is, and I'll come, because I'm the jokester at Legacy, so I'll come around and I'll mess with them just like I mess with everyone else, and they are part of the team. And some of them, like I said earlier, it's a shame that we only get them for a certain amount of time. It really is, because they could be at Legacy at every day, and I would use them every single day, and it would be great. But they are 100% part of the team, and the owner of Legacy is really big of the team. It's a
U of M grad.
Yeah, it's a U of M thing.
Okay,
So
Jake
Sorry,
needs a
Dessie.
raise.
The rivalry is just
Yep.
always.
So it's big, and we are big on the team, and culture is a big thing that we stress in all of our meetings, and he stresses big time, because he played baseball at U of M, so he's part of a team. He was always part of a team, and I think personally, when you're playing sports and stuff and getting climbing up the ranks in sports or whatever, it teaches you how to be a human. Beside just the sport alone, it teaches you really the fundamentals of life itself, of who I can count on, and my teammates can count on me, and sports. That's what I'll stress. I won't have my son or daughter play hockey, I don't think, because it's just took too much too much toll on the body that I'm dealing with now. But anything that will get them in a team atmosphere, it really is. It's truly amazing.
Well, and you can't always pick the team, right? I mean,
Right,
does anybody
exactly.
remember going to college and you have a group project and it's like, oh my goodness,
this is
what
my
is
group.
wrong with this person? I hate my group. I'm doing all the work.
Yep.
Like, life is like that.
But in order to finish the project what you're working on, you have to work as a team.
Yep.
You gotta work together.
And just like you can't pick family, Legacy, we treat it as a big family, and it really is. I can mess with Jake here as much as I can mess with the owner, and just bounce stuff off of them and joke around. And I mean, when it's work time,
Right.
and we all know that. But that's also a team thing that you learn growing up playing sports. When it's practice, and you can tell the momentum switches in practice, and it's like, okay, now we're going.
Yeah.
But now we're joking, right? After we get off the field or the rink or the court, whatever, now we're joking. We're a team. We're going to each other's houses. We're doing whatever, and that's kind of what we do at Legacy. We do stuff out of work with employees, and it's my first big job that I've ever had, and I didn't know that was a thing. So, but coming out of the hockey world, I jumped right back into a team, and I love it.
Nice.
And I wouldn't change it for the day. Anything.
And that environment is just so beneficial for the building of soft skills
Yep.
and different things. Even the kidding around, what's
Yep.
appropriate, what's not appropriate, when
exactly.
to joke, when not to joke.
yeah.
All of those things are helpful to the individuals that you guys are serving. So
Yeah.
I am very grateful. Like,
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
grateful.
And I'd love to bounce on another thing that you mentioned too, Nathan, is rising to the occasion.
Yep.
And so I think, and I know we've brought it up on this podcast so many times, that some of our participants are, kind of sheltered, and oh no, we don't want to give them that job because they could never do that. That's non-existent at Legacy, right?
Nope.
You put it out there, and they're going to rise to the occasion with whatever assistance they might need to do that. And Dessie, that's where you guys come in with the accommodations to make them successful.
A good story about that. Sorry, Jake. A
Yeah,
good
no.
story, because I have so many stories from you guys. It's really awesome. But
We can have you back.
yeah. I had a good story for it, because we had a young man come in, and he was working, and one of the days where I think it was a rainy day like today, I couldn't figure out quite what to have him do that day. And I was thinking, and I was kind of joking with him, right? But I came up to him, and I was like, well, we have a big dome, right? That you've seen, everyone's seen it from 23, the big dome. Well, they have lights dangling down, and they're 20 feet up. And I came by, and I was like, hey, man, couple lights out in the dome, man. Can you climb up on a lift and change those out? Joking with him, right? But he was like,
Got sweaty palms.
Can I really?
yeah. If you get me a lift, I can do it. And I was like, no, man. I was kind of just joking, but I mean, literally anything you give them, they're right on it. They're ready to go, and it's awesome. But yeah, there's definitely we've had all levels, like I said earlier, from and we judge it, right? There's some stuff that, like the floor scrubber. I mean, there's some stuff that they aren't ready to do, I should say.
Do you think I'm ready? I'm just curious.
I don't know. You could change the lights in the dome if you want. There's one out.
I'm
out
afraid
on
of
that
heights.
one.
No,
Yeah.
never mind. Anyway,
Yeah.
you were saying.
But yeah, it's you judge the levels and you give them tasks that they're ready for now. And I'm a strong believer in, if they're not ready for it now, they will be soon. And you can really just demonstrate. It only takes, like the floor scrubber again. It only took one time of me showing how to do it, and he's buzzing around the whole place. And a lot of people would go, no, that's a little challenging. It's expensive. We can't. That is garbage. Give it to them. Let them learn it, and they will figure it out. And I think that's most important.
Well, and that's the big thing is, so there's a funny saying that I actually learned in college is there's no such thing as rising to the occasion. You only fall back on the certain disciplines and stuff that you've proven over time. And so I think it's a really good, instead of them, I don't really think they're rising to the occasion as much as they like challenging themselves. They like a challenge. And I
Yeah.
think like it's different than some of our other employees, like myself even. Like there's a few times where like I've had to use a big saw or something where I'm like I don't know if I can do this, or like, but I mean they go in full head. They're ready for the challenge, or like bring it on. Like I can do this. And it goes off kind of what we were saying earlier with like motivating us and changing our perspectives and stuff on like, man, give me it, let me get a go. Like,
Yeah, you can do it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
can do it.
inclusion.
exactly.
Right.
It's including these individuals in the labor market, letting them also provide services to us. As far as these individuals and working, I feel that let me just say that these individuals do more than working at Legacy Center.
Right.
So at Legacy Center, they do a variety of cleaning. Even during COVID, just hitting those frequently touched spots, making sure everybody's safe and healthy.
Wait, they were there during COVID?
Yes.
For a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Yep.
But also clerical. Like I've set people up in clerical assessments at St. George, at Love Inc. So they help at St. George. They help with PowerPoint presentations for the services.
Yep.
They help with putting together packets for events. They help with data entry. At Blue Star Service Dogs, the individual there, they have a retail store, and they hadn't really tagged their stuff or anything. So they were coming up with, the job mentor and the individual were coming up with things that they thought would be helpful. So these people,
amazing.
it's just recognizing that there's a wide range of things. And just because you have limitations, it doesn't mean you don't have any gifts.
Right.
And we should definitely take advantage of those gifts in this population.
Oh, absolutely. And Dessie, you were saying it earlier, there's a huge employment gap right now. We've talked about it too, how anywhere you go, there's a help wanted side.
Oh, yeah.
We've all been to restaurants where we're just waiting because there's just not enough staff. What a solution to that problem, because the work that often goes overlooked is so important.
Yep.
And you have people right here ready with a happy smile on their face
Smile every
to do
time.
it.
Yep.
That's so cool.
And I'm so glad that you said what you did, Dessie, because I met somebody yesterday and was explaining who we are, what we do, and she said, "Oh, we need someone to answer our phones and keep an eye on the little purple box, which is their cash register." So,
Yeah, it's a plug. Like, I feel like I always, I am open to any employer that is willing to do this. It is definitely a win-win situation. We do think about the employers before we place individuals to make sure that it goes along with their skill levels and different things. But it is definitely a great thing. And I'm not just saying that because I help coordinate it. It is very fulfilling work to see someone accomplish their vocational goals, to see someone accomplish working in the community when maybe they were in a supported employment situation.
And they get a paycheck.
And they get a
And
paycheck.
they get a paycheck, which I learned today. That's awesome.
Isn't it great?
Yeah. There's a couple of them that I was going to start paying out of my pocket. 'Cause
You can do that.
they were
Please
they were
do.
awesome.
You
Oh,
can-
and now that's recorded, so yeah.
I'm held to it.
Dessie, can you tell us how businesses can get in touch with Work Skills to become a partner in this world?
Well, you could always email me at dessiej@wskills.com or give me a call at 810-534-6122. Those are
pretty
my
sure
direct
we
line
can-
numbers.
We can put those things in the show notes, right,
Yeah.
Johnny? Johnny can do anything.
Like I said, I have individuals. I have an individual right now that would really like to work in the front of a restaurant, not in the back washing dishes. He would like to host and bus tables.
I love that.
So if there's anyone out there that's open to that, give us a call or shoot me an email. But I have a variety of individuals. I mean, I even served an individual that is an engineer that had an accident. So we're looking to place him in the community in a part-time basis. And he has a plethora of skills that we have talked about as staff at Work Skills. Like, how can we just keep him for ourselves?
No.
But seriously, this is definitely a win-win for everyone, I feel like, involved. And I haven't had many or any, I feel like, negative experiences with this. It's always been so nice. And the individuals come back so happy or wanting to have a job at those places. And employment isn't guaranteed. So I want to say that if you're partnering with us to do an on-the-job evaluation or a trial work experience, you don't have to guarantee that person a job in order to give them a chance.
That's great.
Easy.
For everyone out there, Dessie and I are sharing a mic. We're doing a really good job.
Good sharing, girls. You guys are doing really good sharing today.
Yeah, thank you. Well, and something that, and I'm going to brag about Work Skills here for just a minute. So something that a lot of people don't know is, Nathan, similar to you not realizing that these individuals are being paid, Work Skills is a nonprofit. And so not only do we receive funding from various sources, but we are an organization that the community can give back to. So when you donate to Work Skills, you're donating to those individuals' paychecks. You're donating to setting up programming for these individuals to ensure they have the skills that they need to rise to the occasion and to thrive. And there's just such a need. And forever we've talked about how sometimes Work Skills is known as the best kept secret. It's not. It's not, but I do need to say it because it's not, we can't let that happen. Right. And so we're so grateful to you guys to come out and just talk about some of the work that's happening that I didn't even know all this was going on. So shame on me. But
Well, so I think I might have said this every time, but this is my favorite podcast so far, right? Like they just keep getting better. But I know
we're getting so good.
Oh no, I didn't mean us. I meant our guests. You've been awesome from the beginning. But I think it speaks to the people who work at Work Skills, and I thank you because obviously I'm sure if someone were to go for an assessment or an on-the-job, what, OJTE, LMNOP?
OJE, on-the-job evaluation.
If someone were to go for an on-the-job evaluation and it's not a good fit, I feel like they don't come to you and you yell at them and tell them how horrible you did. It's like, okay, so let's try something else. Like we all need that in our lives, right? I don't know if anyone, probably I'm the only one in this room who's ever made a mistake, but if somebody would have just said, hey, Julie, why don't you try and do it this way? Like the mac and cheese we were talking about earlier. I can't wait to go home and make mac and cheese.
We don't know
Too
mistakes
much water,
at the
just
Legacy
the
Center.
line.
Just to the line.
Yep.
Anyway, so I don't know. I thank all of you
Yes.
for being here with us today. And if people want to learn more about work skills, and I know that you're a part of the program, but there's so much going on. So if anyone, you two, or any of our listeners or viewers, come for a tour. Like, you need to come and meet all these people. Like, we do have a floor machine at Work Skills, but I don't know that I've seen anybody drive it because it happens after hours.
Yep.
But we'd love to share the story, walk around, talk to the participants. They love to tell you what they're doing, what they're working on, whether it's production or in the art program. Like, just come and see us. Come and hang out.
It'd be awesome.
I'd like to say that it is awesome, and this is just not me saying that or just saying this to be saying it, to work with people that have a heart for what we do. Like, to work with the Legacy Center, to work with St. George, to work with the other employers and even my coworkers and the job mentors. We all have a heart for what we're doing. Yep. We all want to see these individuals prosper and to optimize their potential. What we say, we want to optimize their potential. And we want other people to see their potential too.
Yep.
Because this is a population that is not really looked at when we're thinking about filling labor market gaps, but it definitely could be. So I think that's a big thing.
Oh, I agree. It's such a solution to a national issue right now. And yeah. Well, guys, anything else that you'd like
Well,
the world
before
to
we
know?
leave, I wanted to
Yeah.
compliment you guys and say it's obvious that you guys aren't doing this as a nonprofit. You aren't doing this to get rich. You're doing this out of the kindness of your heart, and it is truly moving. And we really appreciate you guys so much. And it doesn't go overlooked by us at all, ever.
Yeah, we're just
Yeah,
thankful to be a
Round
part
of
of
applause.
it.
Awesome.
It really is amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a team.
Yep.
Yeah,
It's a team.
it's
Oh,
a
yeah.
team.
It
Oh,
is.
okay.
A lot
Go
of people-
Broncos. Yeah. Have to get it in there.
Lions,
I'm a Bronco
go Lions,
too.
go Lions, go Lions.
Oh, no.
Masters program.
Go Pack, go. Oh.
Yeah. A lot of people nowadays will just kind of look over it and say, "Oh, it's not worth my time," and they get caught up in what they're doing and the fact that you guys are out and making these humans' lives better. It's amazing on you guys, and you guys are amazing, and I thank you guys for bringing them to the Legacy Center and
Awesome.
Yeah.
and doing what you guys do. It's awesome and shouldn't go overlooked, and you guys should be complimented way more than just today, but it's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Get the word out, yo.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Get it out. Get it out. Get it
We
out.
will.
I think we have a podcast name too. It's a team. Teamwork makes the dream work.
Yep.
Oh, I've heard that. Wait, is that? No, we can say. What is it that we're not supposed to say? Rise to the
There's
occasion.
no such thing as rising to the occasion.
Oh my gosh.
You only fall back on I forget, it's
Yeah,
the
teamwork
training or
makes
whatever that
the
you built
dream
up. Yeah.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Just be ready
Cheers.
and prepared. I think
Exactly.
that's what
It is.
means.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, like being
you
a
fall
Boy
back
Scout.
on. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Be prepared.
all right. Well, thank you to our listeners, our viewers, our guests. I hope you have enjoyed this episode in the Better Together podcast, and make it a great day.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks for having us.